Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another live simulation of MLB The Show 20. Already seeing the internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. Getting that out of the way right away. I like to see that, I guess. So, gives me time to load up my stream. And for some reason, my computer is really slow getting to YouTube. Well, we're going to just get this going, and if it happens right away, then it'll be fine. Looks like a bunch of moves. That was on the 24th. It's got someone coming on the air now. Just getting rolling here. Hopefully you can see something. Or hear me. That was the other thing that happened last night. You couldn't even hear me. As you're looking at Miller Park, it is a Thursday afternoon. In the game, it's a Thursday evening here in Wisconsin as the Milwaukee Brewers host the Washington Nationals in this rubber match here in Milwaukee. It's Brewtober time. That doesn't make sense. I'll keep saying it. Brandon Woodruff is getting the start today. It's his 7th of the season. 1-1 record, has that ERA that's still under 1. 44 strikeouts, 211 walks. Pitched into the 7th inning last Friday against the Rockies, but did not take the decision. He did leave the game with a 1-run lead, but in that game, Josh Hader would give up
off the afternoon for Washington.
He would blow the save. So Trey Turner is in. We're all set here. Brandon Woodruff with the pitch. He starts him off with the ball, and we're underway here in Milwaukee. Brewers looking for their 20th win of the season. They're third in the NL Central. Reds have the lead, so the Brewers are one game back of the Reds, who are off today. They just got done sweeping the Atlanta Braves, and the Cubs are now in second. Brewers are a half game behind them, and they are playing in Arizona tonight. 2-0 pitch to Turner. That one's inside as well, 3-0. Well, the key for the Brewers today is definitely this first inning. They have not played well in the first as of late. The big reason has been these leadoff guys. Trey Turner takes a strike. It's 3-1. Wind up from Woodruff. Here's the 3-1, and that one's popped foul behind home plate. Into that first row. And it's a full count on Trey Turner. Full count pitch. Fouled again. So, good job by Woodruff coming back in the count, climbing the ladder, as they say. And a swing and a miss. Turner goes down on strikes. A nice job by Woodruff. And there's one away.
Second, the center fielder, number 16, Victor Robles.
And that brings up Victor Robles. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. Robles 0 for 3 in yesterday's game. He does have 3 stolen bases in the series, all coming on Tuesday night, his first 3 of the season. 0-1 from Woodruff. Inside, it's 1-1. In the last 5 games, the Brewers have been outscored 12-2 in the first inning. And miraculously, have won 2 of those games. They came back from a 5-run deficit in Colorado, and then last night come back from a 4-run deficit, giving up 4 in the first. All capped off by the Keston Hiura grand slam that gave the Brewers the 7-4 lead. They'd hang on and win by that total as well. Another ball. And Woodruff is got 3 balls on a hitter in back-to-back at-bats. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down with the high fastball. It's 3-2. Full count offering. Did not hit the bottom of the zone, and that is a walk for Robles. So didn't miss by much. Woodruff kind of giving a little harder look at the umpire. It's about halfway to get that one, to get the ball. And Juan Soto hits with a runner on first and one out here in the first. Hit a 3-run homer in the first inning in yesterday's game. Put the Brewers in an early hole. Howie Kendrick, Kurt Suzuki, Starling Castro, Ryan Zimmerman, and the pitcher today for the Nationals is Joe Ross. So same people, just a little bit different of an order as Thames takes one inside. Suzuki and Zimmerman are going to switch spots in the order. Suzuki's been in that 8 hole the first 2 games. Moves up to the 7 spot. Zimmerman moves down. And the former Brewer bats with 2 outs and a runner on first. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there that Thames couldn't catch up to. It's 1-1. Strike in there. Nice slider. And quickly 1-2 on Thames. And that one's grounded to the hole, and that's through for a base hit. Yelich gets to it quickly, so Robles is going to stay at second, and it's a 2-out hit for Eric Thames.
The second baseman, Howie Kendrick.
12 walks. Last pitched on Friday against the Giants. He went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, and took the loss. Lorenzo Cain leads it off for the Brewers, and he swings at the first pitch. Diving stop by Starling Castro, and that's going to be there in time to get Cain on the first pitch of the inning.
Batting second, the right fielder.
A nice play by Starling Castro. Trey Turner was there to back it up as well. He was going to make a little sliding grab himself. And there's one away. Christian Yelich bats. And that one's driven into center. And Robles is going to take a weird route that's going to go off the wall. Yelich is in there with a double. So only 2 pitches have been seen in this inning for the Brewers. And both of them have been hit hard. Yelich goes right after this first pitch. And Robles knew it was over his head, so he changed the route to play it off the fence. And it's a double for Yelich. That's just his 3rd double of the season. Brewers got a runner in scoring position with Keston Hiura coming up. In there for a strike, it's 0-1. Hiura with the grand slam in yesterday's game. Extended by the Howie Kendrick error. Allowed a run to come in, extend the inning. Yelich would walk, load the bases, and then Keston Hiura would smoke one to left field. His 4th home run of the season. He leads the team in RBI. And he's got a 1-2 count. 1-2 pitch. Just underneath the elbow pad. It's 2-2. And Hiura hits that one, and that's going to be down for a base hit. Yelich got a late start, throwing to third, not in time. It's a base hit for Hiura. Take a look at this one again, high in the zone. Hiura just gets underneath it. It's going to be just out of the reach of Trey Turner, so just a little dying quail out into left. And Yelich had to make sure that one was down. And it's runners on the corners for Avisail Garcia. Take a look at the splits, road versus home. And definitely a different story when he is on the road. He's got the average, but at home he's got the home runs. And the Brewers could use a home run right here as they trail by 3. Here's the first pitch to Garcia. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1. Garcia did have a solo home run in Monday's contest. And a swing and a miss. Chased the sinker. 0-2. Yelich at third, Hiura at first. 1 out here in the first. Brewers show by 3. Pitch there is down low. It's 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a drive to left. Soto going back. He's going to make the play. Yelich is going to tag. And he scores easily. And the Brewers are on the board here in the first. So a sac fly for Avisail Garcia. And it's 3-1 Nationals.
Batting fifth, the catcher, Omar Narvaez.
So Omar Narvaez bats with 2 outs and runner on first. Swings and misses at that slider. It's 0-1. Had a home run in yesterday's game. That got the Brewers on the board right away. Takes a strike. It's 0-2. Narvaez still with that .340 batting average, leading the team. Doesn't have the most hits on the team. That goes to Keston Hiura, who has now 37 hits. Here's the 0-2 to Narvaez. Hit off to the left side, but foul. Talked about it many times about how balanced this Brewers team is. You are right. They are terrible in the first inning. Sorry, I just saw that chat. Narvaez swings and misses at that one for some reason, and the inning is over. But the Brewers do get a run. They got a couple of hits. And after one, Brewers trail by 2. So Starlin Castro comes in. He's got a 4-game hit first inning. The last 2 games. Faces against Brandon Woodruff here in the second. First pitch to Castro is a pop fly to right. Yelich charging in. And he's got it for out number 1.
Batting eighth, the first baseman.
Here's what the Brewers line up defensively today. Avisail Garcia in left. Gold Glove winner Lorenzo Cain in center. Yelich in right. Holt, Sogard, Hiura, and Braun around the horn. Omar Narvaez is behind the plate, and he's catching Brandon Woodruff, who's on the bump for the Brewers this afternoon/evening. Ryan Zimmerman steps up. Takes one inside. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from, that's way up and in, and it's 2-0. Yeah, talking about the Brewers, their first inning woes. That one's hit down the line, but that's foul. And right into the gut of that ball boy. That ball boy was not moving, not going to defend himself. He must have had a bet with someone in the front row. He just let that one go right into the belly. That is dumb. That is not dedication. Hopefully a supervisor saw that. 3-1 pitch. Misses away, and that's a walk for Zimmerman.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, number 41.
When we look at the last 5 games, or even just like the last 6 games. Well, let's look at the last 5 games. Let's do that. The last rotation that these Brewers have done is Joe Ross, the pitcher, steps up in a bunting situation. He squares around, bunts it down the right side, but foul. Brewers starting pitching has given up 18 runs in 22 innings. There's another bunt, but that's popped up behind home plate. Narvaez isn't even going to move. He's not even going to flinch. He's just going to let that one fall behind him. That's a 7.36 ERA the last time these pitchers made their starts. They're going to go to second first, and then the throw to first. Not in time. Braun Butcher tried to get there, but they're going to get the lead runner. And there's 2 away. Take a look at this one again. Hard hit ball right at Braun. And he's going to make the quick throw. Take care of Zimmerman. And Sogard, with Zimmerman barreling down on him, throws it a little wide. And that will bring up Trey Turner. Turner struck out his last at-bat. And a check swing, but he goes around. It's 0-1. 0-1's fouled, so Woodruff up 0-2 here. Brewers given up 31 runs in their last 5 games coming into today. Pitching has been struggling. That one's hit on the ground, and that's through for a base hit. So the inning continues for the Nationals with the 2-out single by Trey Turner.
The center fielder.
And he takes that curveball right on the outside part of the plate, goes with it to right. A CNI single. And Victor Robles bats with the runner at first and second here in the second. First pitch misses down low. It's 1-0. Trey Turner adds on to his team-leading hit total. That's his 37th hit of the season. Now batting .333, 1-0 to Robles. Fly ball to right. Should be playable for Yelich. It is. Against the wall he goes, and that will do it for the Nationals. So the Nationals get a hit. They leave 2-man on. We head to the bottom of the second. Brewers trail by 2. As Brock Holt steps up to the plate.
For the Brewers, the third
Going to do a
baseman,
quick look at your Brewers home run leaderboard here. Christian Yelich leads the Brewers in home runs with 8. Then Avisail Garcia has 6. Takes a pitch up, it's 1-1. Keston Hiura and Omar Narvaez both have 4. And then Brock Holt and Orlando Arcia tied fourth with 3. So that's your look at your leaderboard. Holt grounds one to Zimmerman. He's going to flip it to Ross, and it's in time for out number 1.
batting 7.
Here's where the Nationals are lining up defensively. Soto, Robles, and Thames in the outfield. Starling Castro, who's already made a nice play here today. Trey Turner, Howie Kendrick, Ryan Zimmer are your infield. Kurt Suzuki's behind the plate for the 3rd straight game in this series, and he catches Joe Ross, who's in his 2nd inning of work here, facing Ryan Braun. Inside, it's 1-0. Braun with a 7-game hitting streak. Got a pinch hit double, and then he has started every game since and has a hit in every one of those games. 1-0. In there for a strike. Braun had his first home run of the season on Sunday, or on Saturday. Had a solo shot in the 9th, gave the Brewers a little insurance on their way to the 10-7 victory. And a swing and a miss, way chasing that one. It's 1-2, so I'm not sure why Ryan Braun liked that pitch so much. Hopefully he makes up for it with this one. Here's the 1-2. Ross tried to go with that outside pitch again, tried to get Braun to chase after it. Maybe he was just setting him up to throw outside pitches. Who knows? Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Braun's down on strikes, and there's 2 away.
Batting 8. The shortstop, Eric Sogard.
That one way out in front of that pitch. So a good one by Ross. Brings up Eric Sogard. Oh, this is 1-0. Sogard having a good series, 5 for 7 in the first 2 games of this series. Nope, just 2 for 3, and that one's in there for a base hit. So Sogard's going to clear the pitcher at least. So he did not go 3 for 4 on Tuesday because he didn't play. He was 2 for 3 yesterday, and he was 1 for 1 today.
The pitcher.
That's what happens when you forget to delete stuff from previous games on your laptop. So Sogard reaches, brings up Brandon Woodruff here with 2 away. So good job by Sogard just clearing the pitcher's spot. And Woodruff's going to hit that one into the gap, and that's going to be extra bases. Woodruff's on his way to second. Sogard, he's on his way home. The throw is not going to come in, and Brandon Woodruff helps himself. An RBI double, and the Brewers trail by 1.
The center fielder, number 6.
Take a look at this one again in slow motion. Let's take out the frames, make it look really choppy and weird. Just a good piece of hitting by Woodruff. Gulps that one into the gap. He's at second, and Lorenzo Cain's going to get a shot here with 2 outs in the second. First pitch to him is down. It's 1-0. So Brandon Woodruff showing why he is a threat at the plate. I'll say it. We'll keep saying it until he does something cooler, but that home run in the NLCS kind of put him on the map for pitchers who can hit. 2-0 to Kane. Down low, 3-0. So much better approach by Kane in this at-bat. He was a first pitch ground-out victim in the first. And he's worked a 3-0 count here against Joe Ross. 3-0 pitch. That slider is in there. It's 3-1. Kane with 2 home runs. He had his first on Sunday in a pinch hit appearance, and then had a leadoff home run on Tuesday against the Nationals. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And this is up and in, and that's ball 4. So Kane is going to give Christian Yelich a shot here, and the pitching coach is going to trot out there and offer some words of encouragement. Probably telling him, don't give Christian Yelich anything too good. He's known to hit some long balls in key situations. I don't think anyone needs this. The top young stars in this game, as you see the shift they have deployed. Looks like Yelich is going to play right on the line, not even in the picture there. Here's the 0-1 from Woodruff. Away, 1-1. Well, we talked about it many times if you've been with us this entire series, but this is a Brewers team that is not going to go down quietly. Down 3, down 4, down 5, that doesn't matter. They're going to put their best effort out there, not going to give up any at-bats, and they're going to make you work for it. So Woodruff has fallen to a full count here. Eric Thames on deck. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got Soto on the outside corner, and there's one away. So second strikeout for Woodruff. A good series there. That brings up Eric Thames. For all the power that you expect from Soto and Thames, probably the number one thing to call out is their strikeout totals. Thames leads the Nationals in strikeouts with 31. Soto has, that was his 25th strikeout. There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on that changeup. It's 0-2. Trey Turner in leadoff spot has 26 strikeouts. So it's kind of the known thing for some power hitters. They're going to hit a lot of dingers, but they also have a tendency to strike out because sometimes they want to overswing, try to do a little too much. Thames lines one pretty hard at Christian Yelich, and there's 2 away. And that brings up Howie Kendrick, who had the 3-run homer back in the first. And he takes that one, and Kane is there for the 3rd out on a line. But Kane tracks it down. So a quick 3-up, 3-down inning. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Brewers trail by 1. So Keston Hiura leads it off here. He had a single his last at-bat. Little looper into the side of the bay. Gets a foul ball. And that one's hit to right. Playable for Thames. And there's one away. So a good job by Hiura just to go with the pitch. As we take a look at the NL East standings, the Braves still in first place, even though they just got swept. The Philadelphia Phillies have been on fire ever since they got swept here in Milwaukee. They had a 10-game winning streak. That was just snapped recently. The Nationals still at the bottom of this division. But they have the firepower. They have the ability to get back in this one. You have Max Scherzer and Steven Strasburg. You are never out of a race. Rolled over on that one. Castro barehands it, gets it over to Zimmerman, and there's quickly 2 away.
Now batting, the catcher, Omar Narvaez.
Brings up Omar Narvaez. He struck out in the first. Kind of had an awkward swing to strike out. And a called strike. It's 0-1. Omar Narvaez was one of the top hitter. I mean, he's still a top hitter in this team, but one of the things that really stood out of why he was so successful was his strikeout total. As he hits that one, and that's through for a base hit. So good seeing eye single there. And Omar Narvaez is on with 2 away.
Up next for Milwaukee.
Narvaez was hitting, he still is hitting really well, as evident by that base hit. But his strikeout total has gotten pretty high as of late. He's got 18 strikeouts on the season at a point. At one point, he was only at like 6. And then the series against the Pirates, he had 6 strikeouts alone. But probably just a little bit of a regression to the means. You're not expected to keep a low strikeout total all season. Brock Holt with a ball takes another one. It's 2-0. And kind of the same on the other side, Brock Holt, who has not walked yet. He's the only position player for the Brewers who has not walked this season. And for reasons like that swing right there, very late on a pitch that looked like it was already in the dirt, I was ready to call it ball 3, it's 2-1. And 2-1 pitch is driven to center, but Robles is there. And like we've mentioned, Holt not being patient enough at the plate. 2-1 count, pops one out, and the Brewers are retired here in the 3rd. Head to the top of the 4th, the Nationals still lead by 1. Looks like we get a report from everyone's favorite sideline reporter, Heidi Watney. It was kind of funny. I'll tell a little story. Working from home as of late, I have a colleague who I work with who's also named Heidi. So I've been on a couple of calls with her lately, and it confuses my wife because she knows about the Heidi Watney jokes that I make. And so she just imagines that even during the day, when I'm talking to Heidi, my colleague, she also assumes that I'm just talking to no one, and that's just my thing. It just confuses her. If I have no one else to talk to, I just talk to the imaginary person named Heidi. That's how it works. Woodruff starts Suzuki with a strike, and he follows that one up with a ball that's hit in foul territory. It's going to be playable for Braun, and he's got it for out number 1.
Up next,
take a look at the speed comparison. That's brought to you by Topps. Joe Ross topping out at 97, Woodruff at 98. I know what you expect from Brandon Woodruff, a power right-hander. There's a great article. I saw it on Twitter. A lot of these things I just wind up finding on Twitter about how Woodruff kind of came from a back-end relief guy. That one's fouled. To becoming a starter for the Brewers, and I believe the kind of the main quote was just relying on that fastball. 0-1 pitch is up, and that's a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-1. It's like I got comfortable with the fastball, and I kept throwing it. That's the gist of it. Another one, 98, 2-1, and that's one of those things. If you got a good pitch and you can fool hitters, and then follow it up with an 88-mile-an-hour slider, you're going to be pretty successful. The 2-2 to Castro. Swing and a miss. Found to chase the slider. That time it was out. And the 3rd strikeout for Woodruff is the 2nd out of the 4th.
Ryan Zimmerman.
Brings up Ryan Zimmerman. He walked. Was later thrown out on the base pass on a bunt attempt. And the first pitch to him is a changeup. So Zimmerman up there hacking. It's 0-1. And that was something that, coming into this series, Nationals top of the league in least amount of strikeouts as a team. Here's the 0-1. Just in the dirt, 1-1. But kind of at the bottom of the league for walks. So they're a team that wants to put the ball in play. And that's pretty evident by their team average, which was 253 coming into it. Runners in scoring position, hitting 225 on the season. So they're a good hitting team. Their record is just not reflective of that. Here's the 1-2, and that one's fouled. And there's a lot, when you got real baseball, you can kind of find some recaps. You can watch that to do research. And that one's grounded, and Braun's got on the backhand. He'll throw it over to Woodruff, and that's going to do it here in the fourth. So another clean inning by Woodruff. We had the bottom of the fourth. Brewers trail by 1. As Ryan Braun is in there, struck out his last at-bat. Looking to extend his hitting streak. Brock Holt also trying to keep his hitting streak alive as well. First pitch to Braun, just down low. It's 1-0. 1-0. Hit on the right side and just foul. Would have been extra bases, but just tailed off there. Let's slice to it. Here's the 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1. Pitch from Ross. One foul. It's 2-2 on the veteran first baseman, Ryan Braun. 2-2 pitch. And that one's going to be down for a base hit. So Braun keeps the hitting streak alive. He's on with a leadoff single here in the fourth. And we'll do a little graphic there. And
the batter, number 7.
He's going to clap, stir up the bowl, and do a little salute to his teammates. Brings up Eric Sogard. And he takes that sinker for a strike. Sogard also batting very well as of late. He's got his average up to 283. He'd been doing a really good job in those pinch hit situations. Here's the 0-1. And that one's popped up. Suzuki's got it in foul territory for out number 1.
The pitcher,
well, I spoke way too soon about how well Sogard's hitting. That's usually cue for not so impressive at bat. As Brandon Woodruff is up, RBI double his last at bat. See the shadows starting to creep in. He's going to square around. He's going to do it from all types. They're going to try to get him at second, but it's not. I guess they faked it, and Woodruff is on with the sacrifice bunt.
The center fielder, number
that
6.
was very confusing. Maybe we can get a little better look at this. A good bunt by Woodruff. Probably a little hard down the line. That's probably why Zimmerman thought he might be able to get Braun at second, but he isn't able to. And brings up Lorenzo Cain. He walked his last at bat. And takes one there. It's 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a drive up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Braun. The throw from Robles is cut off, and this game is tied in the fourth. So a great job by Lorenzo Cain. Smokes that one up the middle, and we are all tied up here in the fourth. Boy, that is a at-bat and a hit that is kind of reminiscent of that 163rd game of 2018 where he hit that line drive and he just had like so much spin and hook on it. As Yelich hits that one deep but foul. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Called a strike. It's 0-2. So the bunt, the small ball paying off for the Brewers. Even in a situation where Brandon Woodruff could just hit a guy in.
1-2.
And that one's down 1-2 on Yelich. Yelich only has the one hit since returning on the injured list. That was the home run on Tuesday. Oh, he had a double today. So already misinformation coming from my mouth. So he's got 2 hits. Both extra base hits. That's fun. Here's the 2-2. Just misses inside. It's a full count. Cain's going to get a head start over at first. As you can see, that shadow has rapidly moved across home plate. Full count pitch. And fouled. Good one there. Yelich just misses it. And we'll do it again here with a full count. Down the line, base hit. Looked like it was down the line, but that was right through the hole. Kane was on the pitch. He moves over to third, and Yelich has his second hit of the game. And this inning continues for Keston Hiura. So Yelich starting to get back into the swing of things. Second hit of the game, and Keston Hiura now bats with runners at the corners. 2 outs here in the fourth. Trying to give the Brewers the first lead of the game. Strike right at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-1. It's hard to tell when the ball is hit, like where it actually is going. Like when Yelich hit that, I thought it was going to go down the line, but it then turned out to be just in the hole. Keep an eye on Yelich over there. He does have 11 stolen bases on the season. Got caught stealing for the first time in yesterday's game. But they had to do a pitch out and a slide step to get him. Curveball misses. It's 1-1. Now, if I was at a regular ball game, I would be able to see where the ball's hit right away, but I am only seeing what you see on the TV screen. 1-1 is in there, 1-2. So it's kind of like what professional wrestling does. They tell them to call the action as you see it on the screen, because you have to. Because if you start calling stuff that you're seeing outside of what the person is seeing, you might be giving away something that's happening. 1-2 pitch misses, it's 2-2. Now, like if there's a run-in, and you want that to be at the last possible moment, but if you notice someone running down the ramp, and you're like, hey, what's going on here? It might take away some of that drama and some of the crowd reaction of that. You know, you can react to the crowd and do that. So they say call the action that you see, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm basically trying to train to become a professional wrestling announcer. Here, I fouls that one into the seats. Let's take a look at the pitch count for Joe Ross this inning. He's already got 22. Up to 64 in the game. Check of Yelich over at first, Kane at third, 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Hiura's down on strikes. And that will do it for the Brewers in the fourth, but they tie it up on the Lorenzo Kane single. We head to the fifth. We're tied at 3. So Joe Ross is leading off the fifth. It'll be the top of the order for the Nationals. 97-mile-an-hour fastball's in there for a strike. Talked about some of the other divisional games happening. Mentioned the Reds are off today. Cubs are playing in Arizona later tonight. Cardinals and Padres playing in San Diego. Cardinals will be coming into town for a series this weekend. It'll be a flashback Friday for tomorrow, so we'll have the 82 jerseys, kind of a commemoration of the 82 World Series. So we'll have those jerseys on the players tomorrow. First pitch, 7 o'clock, as usual on a Friday. So I hope you can join us. Just tune in on this YouTube channel. 2-1 pitch. Misses away, 3-1. YouTube.com/Tucker Comedy for highlights, full game streams, or if you want to read up on some power rankings of how the teams in this league is doing. 3-1, and that's hit hard over to Holt, and he's got it to Braun for out number 1. You can see how the power rankings are going.
Now batting.
Here, I'll give you a little taste of what the power rankings were for this week. So actually, I've been kind of updating it. So the Braves were in the number 1 spot last week, and then it was the Dodgers at number 2, Red Sox number 3, Cubs 4, Tampa Bay Rays actually getting all the way to the 5th spot. They're second in the AL East. They've been playing very well. Yankees have struggled quite a bit. They have the worst defense in the league, which has kind of kept them out of the divisional picture. And kind of low in the power rankings as well. They were 11th last week. Ground ball to Sogard. He's going to knock it down, but no chance to get the speedy Turner. And Turner's on with his second hit of the game.
The center fielder.
And brings up Victor Robles.
Victor Robles.
Robles 0 for 1. He walked, scored on the Howie Kendrick home run in the first. And he fouls that one straight back. It's 0-1. Robles, a future, in my opinion, future 2020 guy. Had 17 home runs last year. And Trey Turner's going. Narvaez to throw down, and that is not in time. So stolen base by Turner. Good jump. Had the slide step from Woodruff, but he's in there. Saw he has the 98 speed. He's got ultra speed, and the tag goes through Castanera. Or from Castanera goes through... I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. 9th stolen base of the season for Trey Turner. As Robles fouls that one off, it's 0-2. 17 home runs from last year. He doesn't have any this year. Has 3 stolen bases, but he does have the wheels, and that's a swing and a miss. And they'll secure the out at first. Turner's going to hold at second, and there's 2 away.
Now
so 4th K of the game for Brandon Woodruff. Play this one pretty carefully, I imagine. With a runner in scoring position. Soto has been walked the most, but he does not have the most intentional walks. First pitch to him, called strike, 1-1. That was one of my fun facts of league leaders in my power rankings for the Rockies. Dom Nunez has actually been intentionally walked the most in the majors. He had 10 intentional walks coming into this week. Kind of strange because he's an 8-batter. So mostly because he's by the pitcher. Fastball at 98, misses upstairs. It's 1-2. So a good pitch there, trying to get him to chase the high one. We're trying to get out of this inning. Keep this a tied game. 1-2 is a slider inside. I'm throwing everything around in here. It's 2-2 on Soto. Check of Turner over at second. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, and Holt's going to let that one reach the seats. Just one guy sitting in the sun over there. That is the one thing about Miller Park. Those left field seats are in the sun. It's very warm. 2-2. Hit to left and deep. Garcia going back at the wall, and that one is out of here. So Juan Soto with his 2nd home run of the series, his 9th of the year. And the Nationals regain the lead 5-3. So take a look at this one. Up and out, and Soto just goes with the pitch to left. And with his power, that will be out any time it wants to be.
Now batting. Right
brings up Eric Thames.
Thames.
So the Brewers once again coming back from an early deficit to tie it, but then just to give up that lead or to just fall behind right away again. Here's the 1-0 to Thames in there for a strike, 1-1. Talked about it earlier in the series with Patrick Corbin, who had given up 2 home runs and then gave up 3 as Thames rounds one foul. Woodruff gave up 2 home runs coming into today's game and has given up 2 in this game. 1-2 pitch in there, called strike 3. Thames is down on strikes, and that will do it here in the 5th. But Juan Soto hits the opposite field 2-run dinger, and after 1/2 of a regulation baseball game, the Nationals lead 5-3.
Leading off for the Brewers.
It's going to be Avisail Garcia leading it off for the Brewers here in the bottom of the 5th.
Garcia.
Brewers tied the game in the 4th, but then give up the lead in the 5th. Trying to win this rubber match here. Game 3 of the 6-game homestand. They'll welcome the St. Louis Cardinals tomorrow night for 3. Garcia hits one foul. back on the road. 1-1 is in there. It's a strike. On the road for just 3. I don't remember who it's against, but then they're right back home. As Jonas Elias, and Voth are warming up for the Nationals. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Garcia, and he swings and misses at that one, and there's one away. So the 4th strikeout for Ross.
Now batting, the catcher, Omar Narvaez.
Brings up Omar Narvaez, who had a base hit his last at-bat. Was left stranded. Had his 4th home run of the season in yesterday's game, a solo shot in the 2nd. First pitch to him is in there. It's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good sinker there that Narvaez was way out in front of. It's 0-2 quickly on the Brewers catcher. Comes the pitch. Inside, 1-2. That was one that Narvaez tied himself up on earlier in the game. Wasn't going to do it that time. So it's 1-2. And there's a fly ball to center. Robles is back. And he's got it for the 2nd out.
Now batting, 3rd baseman, Brock Holt.
Brings up Brock Holt. Looking to extend his hitting streak. He's 0 for 2 on the day. And that one misses. 1-0. Holt, the former Red Sox, signing with the Brewers in the offseason. Providing some depth to this infield. And getting some regular playing time. He's been hitting the ball very well. And that one's hit hard but foul. Bounces up off a couple of seats, up in the couple of rows. Here's the 1-1. That's a sinker right in there. 1-2. Talking about it earlier, Holt's got to do a little bit better at being patient at the plate. He's got himself into favorable counts and then chases some pitches that...
Please. Now pitching for the Brewers, number 76, J.P. Fireeisen.
So J.P. Fireeisen comes into the game. He pitched on Tuesday in this series, went 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, walked 1. 3-2 on the season and 16 2/3 innings work. 2.7 ERA, 10 strikeouts. Does have 8 walks though. He's only given up the 1 long ball, and he faces off a guy who hit a long ball in the first of the 3-run variety, and Howie Kendrick. Starts him off with a ball down. It's 1-0. And that one's...
Up next for Washington.
Oh, he reached.
The 3rd base.
Oh, I guess Braun dropped it. We gotta take a look at this one again. So Hira bobbles it, but he picks it up quickly and gets it over to Braun. And, yep, in the dirt, and Braun can't scoop it, so that's going to be an error on Braun. And I'll bring up Starling Castro with 1 away and 1 on. First pitch to him is away, it's 1-0. Alex Claudio and Corey Knebel warming up for the Crew. So the pitching has not been stellar. That has been the hallmark of this team. They've been keeping their offense in all of these games. And that one's fouled. So 1-1 on Astro. Pitch to him, and that's a little loop pop up, and Holt's got it. And there's 2 away.
Now batting.
Bring up Ryan Zimmerman, and while Zimmerman comes up to the plate, just want to remind you to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're watching, give the video a like or share the link with a friend. I'm at just under 30 subscribers, and I'd like to try to get to 30 at some point. That would be cool. That would be fun to me. And right when I hit 30 is when baseball will come back and I won't do these streaks anymore. It'll be something dumb like that. That's what's going to happen in all of this. As Zimmerman takes the ball, and that one misses 2-0. So like, subscribe, share a link, share the, when I post these on Facebook or Twitter, if that's how you know about these, share the link in that, repost it, retweet it, favorite it, whatever. Let's try to get that algorithm working in my favor. Zimmerman pops one into foul territory. Braun goes back to get it, and that'll do it for the Nationals here in the 6th. So the Nationals get one on base by the error, but they leave him stranded. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Brewers trail by 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
So that's going to do it for Joe Ross. He's in line for the win.
Austin
gives up 3 runs. Looks like he had 6 strikeouts on the game.
Leading off for the Brewers, the first baseman.
And that brings up Ryan Braun. Extended his hitting streak back in the 4th inning. Would later score on Lorenzo Cain base hit. Takes the ball, it's 1-0. So this is Voth pitching, and give you the book on him here in a second. It is Voth. 19th appearance of the season, 1-1 record. Another ball. 5.13 ERA. He's given up 15 runs, but he has struck out 32 batters, and he's walked 16, so that is a starting pitcher in the making right there. 2-0 pitch is a good slider. That's in there. It's 2-1. Has given up 3 home runs on the season. 2-1 pitch. Misses. 3-1. So good eye by Braun. Trying to just get on base here. Brewers trail by 2. They came back from a 3-run deficit. They gave up 3 runs in the 1st inning. Giving up 11 runs in the 1st inning of this series. And that one's fouled, 3-2. Full count to Braun. Swing and a miss way out in front of that one. And there's one away.
The batter, number 7.
Take a look at that one. Yeah, just a nice pitch by Voth.
No go.
And Braun was about 5 minutes ahead of that one. And there's one away. Sogard's in there. It takes a changeup that's up in the zone for a strike. To Sogard, and he inside outs that one, but foul. Take a look at his last 3 appearances, batting .500. He's doing really well, and that's what's earned him some starts at short. Fly ball to center. Robles is under that one comfortably, and he's got it. There's 2 away. So the pitcher spot coming up next. We'll see who Craig Counsell wants to go to in this situation.
The pitcher, J.P. Fire Eyes Head. Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Brewers, number 15, Tyrone.
And that's going to be Tyrone Taylor. Who got his first career home run in Colorado. It was a 3-run shot. And that one misses for a ball. Taylor batting .400 on the season. His 1 home run drove in the 3 RBIs that he has. Does have 5 walks in limited appearances. Just his 5th appearance of the season. Finds a way to get on base. Does have 2 stolen bases as well. So good call up here. 2-0 pitch misses. 3-0. So looking to get on base for Cain. Here with 2 outs. 3-0 in there for a strike. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good slider there with good tail action on it. And a quick count to full here. Here's the 3-2 and a little pop-up. Kendricks got it, and there's the final out. So the Brewers go down in order in the 6th. Head to the 7th, they trail by 2.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Brewers. Number
Corey
46,
Knebel in 7th inning
Corey.
work here today.
John Knebel.
Pitched on Tuesday, went an inning with 1 strikeout.
Adam Houston.
And with the pitcher spot due up for the Nationals, Dave Martinez is going to send out Adam Eaton to bat. Eaton's 0 for 2 in 2 pinch hit appearances, and he takes that curveball for a strike. Knebel's been the 7th inning guy for Craig Counsell. Dave Phelps, the 8th. Hader, the 9th. That's always nice when you kind of know who your guys are going into an inning. It kind of makes it easier for those guys also to know when they got to get ready and kind of know it's not going to be kind of a sprung on them or anything. Everyone kind of knows their role in that situation. If you know you're the 8th inning man, you're probably going to start getting loose around the 6th inning. Here's the 2-1. The curve that's in there, it's 2-2. And having that set almost like a rotation at the back end of the game, and Eaton hits a little flare into left, that's going to drop for a base hit, and the Nationals have their leadoff man on here in the 7th. So first hit of the series for Eaton.
Up next for the Nationals,
brings back the top of the order in Trey Turner, who's 2 for 3 with a run scored and a stolen base. It's all about shortening the game any way you can. You can have a lead after 6 or 7 innings, and you know you have some lights out closers for the 8th and the 9th. It's just going to increase your odds that you're going to win that game. And the Brewers know firsthand the truth behind that one. You look at their records. When the Brewers lead after 6 innings this season, they're 14-2. When they're trailing after 6, they're 1-6. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Grounded over to Sogar. They're going to get the 1-2 and not in time to get Eaton, so just fielder's choice. And there's 1 away.
The center fielder.
It's going to be tough to turn 2 on Adam Eaton, especially on a slow roller like that one. So just make sure to get the 1 out. And that brings up Victor Robles, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. So it's very important, this Brewers team, when they have a lead, they have a bullpen that can close things down. That is shown in the record. And a slide step by Knebel to keep Turner close by. And that one misses inside. The Brewers have not won a game this season when they've trailed after 7 innings. They're 0-9. They're trailing now. You need some runs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good curveball there. Got Robles out in front. It's 1-1. One pitch. 1 misses. 2-1. See the third base coach. Luscious hair flowing out of the back of his helmet, giving signs to Trey Turner over there. Check of Turner. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, and that's a base hit up the middle. Turner stays at second, and the Nationals have first and second. And 1 away, and the power-hitting Juan Soto bats next.
The left fielder, Juan Soto.
So 2 hits given up already by Knebel this inning. And Juan Soto bats, and yep, we're going to take a look at the home run he hit in the 5th. Took that one the opposite way and hit it a ton. And you see that one bouncing right off the railing, coming back into the field of play, but the 2-run shot gave the Nationals their 2-run lead, and he bats with 2 on, and he takes a ball. Nationals team that has hit very well with runners in scoring position in this series, especially in that first inning. And they got that situation here right now. Base hit definitely scores Turner. Here's the 1-0, and that one's foul. One to Soto. Another one foul. Brewers trailing by 2, trying to keep pace in the NL Central. Game back of the Reds, half game back of the Cubs. Reds are off today. Cubs are playing in Arizona later tonight. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Powered it by him. And there's 2 away. So challenged him with the inside fastball. Soto cannot keep up with it. And he's down on strikes. And that brings up Eric Thames, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored. First pitch to Thames just misses on the 2-seamer. It's 1-0. Here comes Set. Runners at first and second. 2 away here in the 7th. Popped him up. Holt is going to make chase, and he's going to have room, and he's going to make the play to retire the side. So a couple of base hits.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Cable leaves him stranded.
Take
a look at where that one was hit. Kind of awkwardly on the barrel, but late and out and all that. We head to the stretch. Brewers trailed by 2. Thanks for showing us that replay game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Hunter Strickland
Now
pitches the 7th for the
Number
Nationals.
60, Hunter.
Has yet to give up a run this season in 9 2/3 innings of work. Has a 1-0 record. 11 strikeouts to 6
Leading off,
walks.
Brewers. The
Pitched
center
on
fielder.
Sunday, went 1 2/3,
let's
gave up
go.
2 hits, 2 walks, and a
Kane.
strikeout. And he faces the top of the order here in the 7th with Lorenzo Cain. Cain is 1 for 2 on the day, had an RBI single back in the 5th. That tied the game up at 3. There's the pitch, swing and a miss. Way out in front of the slider, it's 1-1. Good pitch by Strickland there. 1-1. Another swing and a miss. So getting him with the off-speed right now. I think he's going to try to go back to that one. Now the 1-2. Here's the pitch. And that one's foul. That one misses 2-2. Had a phone call from my dad come through, and I'm broadcasting. I could have taken it live, but me and our conversations last like 20 minutes, so that would have been weird. Cain's down on strikes.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Could have put him on speakerphone, I guess.
Yelich.
Yeah, you could have done the broadcasting. My wife could have just taken over. You're right. Cain is down on strikes. Brings up Christian Yelich. 2 for 3 on the day. Takes the ball. Yelich and then Hira. Trying to make a little bit of a comeback here. 1-0 to Yelich. Right down the middle, 1-1. Strickland comes set. Facing Yelich in the right situation with nobody on. Swing and a miss. Got him on the chain. It's 1-2. Yelich with the 8 home runs, 14 RBIs. Kind of low on the RBI total, but hasn't been getting a lot of opportunities with runners on base here this season. 1-2 pitch. Misses. 2-2. A lot of his RBIs are coming from the long ball. I was actually looking into that. I thought maybe with that kind of stat line, all of his RBIs are coming from the long ball, but that's not the case. 2-2. Swing and a drive deep to right. Going back is Robles at the fence, and it's not in his glove. It's in the bullpen. Yelich with his 9th home run of the season. Brewers trail by 1. Well, Victor Robles made a heck of an attempt on that ball, and I'd like to see that one again because it looked like it might have just went off the glove even. And that's not the right angle to do that one. But you kind of see the timing and just kind of barely over the fence. And just like that, Brewers are within 1. Hira swings and misses at a 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the outer part. It's 0-1. Yelich with the 9th home run of the season, RBI number 15. 0-1 to Hira, and that's outside, 1-1. Well, maybe this is the game where the Brewers come back after trailing in the 6th. And that one's hit up the middle. Turner dives. He's got it from his knees. Has Hira for the 2nd out. What a play by Trey Turner.
Number 24.
Take a look at this one again. Hot shot to the hole, right into the glove. And he's going to make the throw from his knees. That's just arm strength right there. Barely looked like he moved. There's 2 away. Brings up Avisail Garcia. And a fastball misses, 1-0. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Christian Yelich with another late-game home run for the Brewers. It's been key in those situations. 1-1 pitch. Misses, 2-0. 2-1 to Garcia, way inside, 3-1. Omar Narvaez is on deck. We're trying to extend this inning. 2 outs here in the 7th. They trail by 1. Strickland says, that ball is dumb and I don't want it. Give me a new one, please. Home plate umpire says, sure, I'll oblige. I got a whole bag of them in my side pouch thing. I guess a bag is a pouch. And Strickland finally has a Delaware mud-rubbed ball. 3-1 pitch. That one misses. So it definitely wasn't the ball, Strickland. It must have been you. Garcia walks.
Now batting, catcher.
That brings up Omar Narvaez.
Your attention, please.
And that's going to do it for Strickland. That's going to bring in the former closer, Sean Doolittle.
Sean Doolittle.
Doolittle hasn't pitched since Saturday, where he went 1 inning against the Giants. Game that the Nationals would lose. 2.16 ERA, 7 strikeouts to 4 walks. Hasn't given up a home run yet this season. And, you know, I completely forgot about that. That was the first run that Strickland has given up this year. First home run he's given up this year. The home run to Christian Yelich. First pitch to Narvaez is in there for a strike, 0-1. So, playing the matchup here with Sean Doolittle versus the lefty Omar Narvaez. Avisail Garcia over at first. 2 outs here, 1 run in on the Christian Yelich home run. Brewers trail by 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Just outside, it's 1-1. Nationals will head home after this game. A little homestand of their own. Trying to win one on getaway day. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that one's ripped foul. So the 1-2 pitch coming to Narvaez inside, 2-2. Entire infield now in shadows. Not sure about the batter's eye. I believe that one's probably still got some sunlight, which can make things Still tricky. 2-2 to Narvaez. Misses down 3-2. So Garcia is going to get a head start over at first. And Narvaez, looking for something he can drive here, could potentially tie this game up. But why tie it when you can take the lead? That's way more fun. Full count pitch. Grounded up the middle. Base hit. Garcia just going to stay at second. I guess he was just going to make sure he didn't get hit by it, the pitch, when he was rounding second. So Narvaez keeps hitting going. He's pretty pumped about that.
The third baseman.
And Brock Holt steps up, and what a chance for him to extend that hitting streak here and to potentially tie the game. He's 0 for 3 on the day, struck out his last at-bat. Then a runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. And this is 1-0. And these are the situations. 1-0. Holt, he's got to be better disciplined at the plate here. Needs to make sure it's a pitch he can drive. 1-0 pitch. Also misses 2-0. So now that strike zone needs to get smaller. It needs to be almost on a thimble. It's got to be something that you will drive out of here 9 times out of 10. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Grounded to the left side. Turner's got it. He'll secure the out at second. And that'll do it. So once again, Brock Holt swinging at a 2-0 pitch. Grounds out. But Christian Yelich with the solo home run gets the Brewers another run. They trail by 1 as we head to the 8th. Alex Claudio is in for the 8th. 1-1 record, 18 1/3 innings work. 5.40 ERA, that is the highest in this bullpen. 10 strikeouts, 3 walks, has given up 3 home runs. He faces Howie Kendrick here in the 8th. First pitch to Kendrick, and that's a line drive to right and a base hit. So Kendrick likes the first pitch he sees and deposits it into a right and a base hit.
Now batting, the catcher.
Look at that one, right on the outside part of the plate. Kendrick goes with the pitch nicely. And the Nationals have their leadoff man on here in the 8th. Brings up Kurt Suzuki. 0 for 3, reached on errors last at bat. And he hits that one hard for a base hit. So 2 pitches, 2 singles, and try to get the out at second, but Kendrick's in there. And back-to-back hits here for the Nationals.
Now
left that one out in front of the plate.
Darwin.
And Suzuki does not miss that one. And the Nationals threatening here in the 8th. Here's the pitch, and another first pitch swinging. Garcia tracking it down, dives and makes the catch. And Kendrick's going to tag. He's going to make it to third. But what a play by Avisail Garcia. Put an exclamation mark next to that one. Laying out for that one, and he makes the catch. That could have been trouble. And there is one away. So Ryan Zimmerman bats, runners at the corners. Double play ball still in order here. Claudio desperately needs one here. He's thrown 3 pitches, and all 3 have been just smoked. Here's the first pitch. And that's a changeup that does not appear to be a strike for some reason. Saw the attendance, just under 20,000. Good sized crowd here for a Thursday afternoon at Miller Park. Claudio trying to keep this a 1-run game. Here's the 1-0 pitch in the dirt, 2-0. Brent Suter, Corbin Burns warming up for the Crew. Probably the latest Suter's ever gotten warmed up in a game. Here's the 2-0 pitch, in there for a strike. Claudio with a wiggle of the glove in the arms, comes set, Here's the 2-1 pitch. Grounded hard, foul. So 2-2 here on the first baseman. Claudio trying to get around these base runners. Pitch up the middle, base hit. That's going to score a run. Nationals regain their 2-run lead on the Ryan Zimmerman RBI single.
Now batting, the pitcher, John.
So another tough outing for Alex Claudio.
Your
Up his 12th run of the season.
Number 13, Asdrubal Cabrera.
I'll bring up Asdrubal Cabrera to bat in the pitcher spot. There's a first and second. Double play still in order here. See if Claudio can get himself one here. First pitch to him. Fly ball to left. Garcia going back at the track, and he's got it against the fence and takes a hard collision. And he's made 2 spectacular plays. Suzuki's going to tag up, and he hit that ball hard. But it's an out, and that's what matters right now. So Trey Turner bats with runners at the corners. 2 outs here in the 8th. This is only the 10th pitch Claudio's pitch. They've been very aggressive against him, and right there, going after that first pitch. So must have saw something in the scouting report on Claudio. They're being very aggressive here, and it's led to a run. And there's a ball hit to center. Kane is there, and the side is retired. But the Nationals get 1 run back. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 6-4 Nationals.
Ladies. Number 33, Ryan.
So it's Ryan Harper coming in to pitch the 8th. The setup man for Dave Martinez. 1 inning pitched and 1 strikeout on Tuesday.
The first baseman, Ryan.
He's going to face Ryan Braun here to lead off the 8th. Be Braun, Sogard, and then the pitcher spot due up for the Brewers. They trail by 2 here in the 8th. And Braun hits one to right. Zimmerman going back for it, and he's got it. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 8th.
The batter, number 7.
Take a look at the starting pitchers. Woodruff goes 5, gives up 5 runs. Ross gives up 3 in the same amount of worked innings. Woodruff didn't give up a lot of hits, but he got dinged on the long ball. All 5 of his runs coming via the home run. Eric Sogard's in there. He's 1 for 3 on the day. And first pitch to him is fouled. Ryan Harper, the 8th inning man for these Rockies, or these Nationals. Looked at the wrong tab, just said what I saw. Sogard falls another one off into the seats. Will Harris, the closer, he'll be in the 9th if this result is still the same. Oh, 2 pitch, way inside, brushes Sogard back, and it's 1-2. Pitch, Sogard's in the dirt, 2-2. Two-two pitch, way up and in, 3-2. Pitcher spot due up next. A lot of options for Craig Counsell to go to. He's got Justin Smoke. That would be the person that I would prefer in that situation. Ben Gamble as well. Little looper into center, but Robles is there. And he's got it for out number 2.
Now batting, the pitcher, Alex Claudio. Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Brewers.
And it's going to be Ben Gamble who's going to grab a stick.
Ben.
A good option as well for Craig Counsell. Was hitting very well in that starting spot while Christian Yelich was on the injured list. And he fouls his first pitch. Gamble batting .298, 5 RBIs, 5 doubles. Pinch hit on Tuesday and did not record a hit. Comes the 0-1 pitch, and therefore a strike. Quickly 0-2 on the pinch hitter, Gamble. The Brewers are going to have to get through Robles, Soto, and Thames in the 9th. Looking to extend this 8th inning here. Pitch to Gamble, misses, 1-2. Top of the order coming up for the Brewers. Gamble can't get on base here. They'll be in a good spot in the 9th. Try to make a little 2-run comeback. There's the 1-2. Misses as well. 2-2. There's the pitch from Harper. Swing and a miss. So Gamble way behind that pitch. He's down on strikes, and that will do it for the 8th. Top of the 9th we go. Nationals lead by 2.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Brewers, number 35, Brent.
So Brent Suter coming in a kind of a more different spot, I guess you could say. Usually working long relief, especially in some early innings.
The center fielder.
He last pitched on Sunday, kind of a baffling move as Robles is going to try to bunt for a base hit, but it's foul. Kind of a baffling move by Craig Counsell having Suter go in. He threw 3 1/3, another bunt attempt. That one's just foul. Suter threw 3 1/3. He brought him back in on Sunday. He gives up 2 runs, so kind of an interesting move on Counsell's part as Suter strikes out Robles here to start the 9th.
Now batting. The left fielder.
So Suter hasn't pitched in a while. Looks like he's pretty fresh. Suter did take the loss on Sunday, giving up those runs. It was right after the Brewers had tied the game right back up. So even more disappointing. Kind of like what's been going on here in a lot of these games. Brewers find themselves in some deep holes. They climb themselves out of it just to basically trip on the way out and fall right back into one. They pulled within run on the Yelich home run in the 7th, but give up 1 in the 8th. And trail by 2 here. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's in there, 1-2. Nationals once again got out to a 3-run lead. I guess the bright side of that is at least it wasn't a 4-run lead like the previous 2 games. Brewers would get one back in the 1st. They'd get one in the 2nd. They'd tie it up in the 5th. In the 4th, sorry. But Juan Soto hit a 2-run homer in the 5th. That would give the Nationals a 5-3 lead. And then Yelich with the solo home run in the 7th. They had a 5-4 game, but the Nationals score 1 on the Ryan Zimmerman RBI single, and that's the 6-4. What you see here, and Soto takes a very close one, and that's a ball 4. And the Nationals have a base runner with 1 out.
Thames.
So Thames is up there for the 5th time today. He is 1 for 4. Back in the old stomping grounds of Miller Park. Signed in the offseason. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss, 0-1.
No ball, 1 strike.
Pitch from Suter. Grounded foul. So quickly 0-2 on Thames. Had some memorable home runs here at Miller Park. A couple walk-off home runs, a swing and a miss there. Thames is down on strikes. So 2nd strikeout of the inning for Suter. Just 2 away. Remember actually being at the first game he ever had a walk-off home run. That was against the Padres back in 2017. That was on Father's Day weekend. 2018 had the big walk-off home run against the Rockies. It was like an August Friday night game. Howie Kendrick's in there. He takes the ball. Remember the first time he had that walk-off home run, it was just barely over. Might have even hit the top of the fence. And then when he came in and scored, they had the Gatorade bath for him right as he touched home plate. And it was the first time, I believe, I'd ever seen that happen. I think it might have been the first time it ever happened in reality, too. The Gatorade bath at home plate, and I think it was two of them. Kendrick hits a tapper, and Claudia Suter's got it. And he's got the out at first for the third out. But they have the Gatorade bath at home plate, and after all the players leave, it's just soaked in the batter's box and around the plate. And the grounds crew comes in, and they're just looking at that like, what do we even do? Like, they have to kind of like do the calculus on how to clean any of this up.
Please.
And
now pitching for Washington.
I didn't stop the Brewers from doing
Number
that
36,
constantly throughout the next few years. So they must have figured out how to do it. Just a lot of diamond dry, I guess. Well, it's last call for the Brewers here in the bottom of the ninth. Lorenzo Cain, the top of the order, is going to face off against Will Harris, who got the save in Tuesday's game. First pitch to Cain misses 1-0. So Brewers looking to at least try to make a little bit of a comeback here. Try to make it interesting. They trail by 2 here in the bottom of the ninth. One-0 to Cain. Just misses 2-0. Looked like a good one. Home plate umpire begs to differ, and it's 2-0. Swing and a miss. Couldn't resist not swinging. Cain tried to pull that cutter that was on the outside corner, and that's what's going to happen. You're going to swing and miss. 2-1 pitch. Tried to go back to that spot. 3-1. So Cain in the driver's seat here. Brewers looking for a base runner here. Tying run is on deck. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And a pop-up to the infield. Starling Castro's waving everybody off. And he's got it. One away.
Now batting.
That brings up Christian Yelich. He had the solo home run in the 7th.
Yelich
has 2 other hits. I mean, go for the cycle. Why not? Just needs the triple for it. 3 for 4 on the game. First pitch to Yelich, in there for a strike. Yeah, triple shy of the cycle, just as the graphic says. But more importantly, getting the win here. I think that's more on the mind of Christian Yelich here. What can he do to help his team win the game here? Comes the 0-1 from Harris. Swing and a miss. Chased a high cutter. And Yelich is quickly down 0-2. Comes the 0-2, and that misses. Harris trying to secure his 9th save of the season here. Now he's given up 1 home run. Here's the 1-2 to Yelich. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him. And there's 2 away.
now
So Keston Hiura is the batter. Brewers down to their final out. Hiura takes a curveball for a strike. Well, it's been the story of the last few games. Brewers getting into these holes early, and that is doing them in right now. 0-1 pitch, fouled away, and it's quickly now the Brewers down to their final strike. Starting pitching, continuing to struggle here. Not being able to go terribly deep into games, giving up a lot of runs, giving up a lot of home runs as of late, too. 0-2 pitch. Hiura hangs tough. We'll do it again. Brewers are going to want to hang around in this division and even contend for a wild card. They're going to have to be able to score runs and have good pitching. In the dirt, nice block by Suzuki. It's 1-2. Comes the 1-2 from Harris. Swing and a long fly ball. Hero was not fooled on that curveball. So Hero having a good at-bat here. Brewers need a base runner here with 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and this one is over. Nationals win the series here. They take the rubber match in Milwaukee. And another tough loss for the Brewers. They managed to tie the game up, but then give up the 2-run homer and then a RBI single. And they fall to the Nationals 6-4. Joe Ross is going to get his first win of the season. And Brandon Woodruff, I believe, is going to take the loss. Yes, he will take the loss in this one as well. He'll move to 1-2. Well, the Brewers face off against the St. Louis Cardinals tomorrow night. That's going to be at 7 o'clock. Hopefully they can bounce back from this tough series against the Nationals, where the Brewers were outscored in the first inning 11-3. And that's kind of been the difference in this one.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon.
Howie Kendrick 3-run home run. That was a big charge to the Nationals to start this one off. But Brewers face off against the Cardinals tomorrow, 7 o'clock. I'm just babbling. I don't know why. Have a good night. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Runners on base.